All right, everyone, there are enough problems in the Seattle, the Capitol Hill zone bullshit thing going on that it's probably not long for the world. Also, the Democratic Socialists have shown up, and apparently they have a booth there now. I thought that Bernie's people were like, we're not really revolutionaries. We just want some more welfare and to take care of the poor people. But then they literally set up a political booth at an area that's technically, in a legal sense, arguably undergoing an actual armed insurrection at the moment. I would think that would be politically problematic, and maybe Bernie should be called upon to disavow this particular group, but I know he won't, because of Nazis or something. Speaking of Nazis, that's what the CHAZ people are going to blame when they fall apart. See, you've got problems. The first problem is a lack of supplies. They're literally, the only reason that they're able to exist here is because they're getting handouts from other people. There have been more arsons, more looting. Local individuals are getting upset, mainly because I would assume partially the noise, probably the smell at this point, since I can't imagine trash removal is Antifa's forte. You're going to get political infighting. You've had violent altercations in and off-site. You've got apparently a rash of sexual assaults because there's no police around, so people go there and basically just grab someone and fuck them in an alley, and there's not a whole lot that can be done. Anyway, it's going to fall apart at some point and or get broken up. I see them already laying the groundwork. The organizers know this, so they're trying to astroturf that 4chan Nazis or whatever are trying to poison them with laxatives. And I have a sneaking suspicion that there's some glowing going on there, maybe some psyops, and that actually leftists would post that material. And we've caught the media doing this before too. Legacy media's got a dry news day. They have some staffer post dumb shit on 4chan. They screen cap it, and then they say, well, look at what the Nazis are planning to do today. They're setting the groundwork tentatively for when they fail. Because then they can turn around and they can tell other leftists, no, CHAZ would have been a glorious, city-state and shit. We could have taken the rest of Seattle and it would be like utopia and it would have been real communism. But it wasn't real communism because we shit all over ourselves. By the way, you don't need laxatives. At some point, these people are going to be rolling around in their own excrement. You're going to get a cholera outbreak or something, dude. You're going to have worse problems than some idiot on 4chan talking about feeding you an X-Lax brownie. Considering the pot brownies they're probably already ingesting, and the fact that these people are reliant upon outside sources for food and outside moneyed support, and the fact that they're, at some point probably going to end up in an altercation with Hell's Angels or whatever, you got bigger problems. And if there are actual white supremacists on 4chan organizing to troll these people, technically speaking, you're part of a violent insurrection, an armed insurrection in which you temporarily at least, you're engaging in rebellion against the United States. You're also explicitly breaking federal law. While I would never condone any form of violence towards these people, largely they're just a bunch of miscreants LARPing. Most of these people aren't, I think, intrinsically violent so much as they are just fucking delusional. If somebody does play such a prank, would they even be charged if you're part of an insurrection? Let's say that a state were to secede from the United States. It dissolves its functional, subjugated government under federal rules and becomes a self-governing entity. It's in rebellion, seceded. If that's the case, a person from the United States, unless they engaged in what would be classed as war crimes, could go there and pretty much do whatever they wanted with impunity. There wouldn't even be any legal recognition necessarily of the government of that offshoot state or that offshoot region. The people in this autonomous zone are claiming to be self-governing. They are claiming that U.S. law effectively no longer applies. To the point where when those people were walking through with American flags, they got all hot under the collar. Oh my goodness, this isn't America anymore. Well, if it's not America, you're not under the protection of the Constitution, right? So you don't have the right to bear arms at this point. You don't have the right to speak freely. You haven't even attempted to establish your own governing system beyond having people there to prevent other people from I guess unauthorized looting, I suppose, is against the rules. I guess someone got caught trying to loot and Antifa hadn't told him to loot, and so it was bad think or something like that. They're going to blame Nazis, or they'll blame Trump, racism, the evil far right, some amorphous goblin demon sort of boogeyman thing is what they're going to use as an excuse for when they fucking fail like the freaks that they are. And they will fail. You've got a bunch of unskilled leftists who they don't know how to grow food. They don't really appear to know how to organize things. They don't have, their defenses aren't worth a fucking shit. Somebody with a bulldozer could destroy all of this CHAZ zone in a single hour quite easily, and everyone would be running away in front of them. I doubt that they would even fight. These people, supposed right-wing antagonists, evil fascists, come through with a couple of American flags with virtual impunity. People are really, really angry about it, but for the most of it, they stole one of the flags. I didn't see them open fire on this insurrection against their insurrection now, did they? You've literally got thousands of bikers right now actively planning to storm into Seattle and take care of the problem themselves. Trust me, if 1,000 Hells Angels show up, or even a couple dozen of them, the CHAZ zone will collapse real quick. And I highly doubt that they'll actually use their firearms. You see, it would be bad optics. Though the whole goal of the far left is to try to antagonize a far right violent response. That's what they want. Well, if they open fire and start killing a bunch of people, that illusion is rather shattered now, isn't it? It'd be really, really funny to see them try to justify it, the cat at the moment, trying to cuddle the plants, which I don't enjoy. Yeah, they'll blame Nazis, the far right. Oh, we would have been able to pull it off, but outside forces were trying to stop us, and they sabotaged us with X-Lax brownies. No, you're shitting yourself because you're rolling around in human excrement, probably. Are you people pooping in little plastic bags? Like, I guess there are some porta potties there that they've been able to set up. That's not a long-term solution, dude. Those things have to be drained. I'm sure there's some weird fetishes there, so maybe we'll get more videos of people emptying out the turds from the porta potty and smearing it into a plastic bag and suffocating themselves with it while jerking off. We'll probably get weird shit like that. I mean, there's already been a rash of rapes and sex assaults. You already have people completely fucking failing at every level of organization. These people are morons. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Outside interference destroyed CHAZ. That's what they'll be saying in some weeks to come. Oh, outsiders came in, and they were rabble-rousing. They were trolling us. No, fuck you. Who cares? Who cares if someone trolls you? It'd be hysterical. It'd be funny if one of my fans flew a balloon over with a big-ass Ouroboros on it or something. Someone should get a giant inflatable and do that. Make a giant Ouroboros flag and have a plane fly over and just make honking sounds at them or something. That's what you should do. That's about all. Peace out.